Remember, the YouTube ads feed the ducks. Good morning, everybody. It's June the 11th of the depressing duck adventure right now. It's about 4 o'clock in the morning. I can't sleep. I'm having a bad time. And I want to show you what's going on here. When I had the failed chicken hatch and the weak chickens that didn't hatch right on time, that and I tried to save them, and it was a sad situation. It's the same thing with ducklings, man. If they haven't hatched, if they aren't out by the 29th day, just like I talked to the commercial hatcheries, and they said, if they aren't out right away, it's they're no good, and that's basically the bottom line here, because we've got every single duck that I saved yesterday. They're still alive, but what I'm about to show you is just a sad sight, and I've got to put down a whole bunch of little ducklings, and I'm sad. And even the geese aren't doing even that well. I don't know. Unless the only thing I can think of is CO2 poisoning. It's the only thing I can think of, is that lack of oxygen in the incubator. There just wasn't enough vent holes open. It doesn't make any sense. Anyways, I'm going to show you the geese first, and I'll show you the ducks here. This is the little goslings. They're not doing the best. I don't understand it. They're unbelievably weak. Unbelievably weak. Even the guy that came out by himself completely, he's I don't know. It's bizarre. It's just bizarre. And the other eggs, not a pip through them, nothing. It's weird. Now here's the sad part. These this is a sad sight. I don't even like showing this to you. This is it's now every one of them is like it's. Anyways, we won't dwell on that. I gotta do something real nasty here. I gotta call these little things. So this increases my failure rate, on the hatch. I don't even think. I think we get 29%, 30%. It's not even 30%. There's 152 ducks down in the barn. I'm hoping this weekend's hatch is better, and I hope I'm not loading into the hatchers today. I'm cleaning the hatchers today. I'm doing some modifications to it, which I'll show you later. I'm hoping I'm not loading in a whole bunch of stillborns again that are underdeveloped. Or I don't understand. Yesterday it was just bizarre. Like, we were doing the autopsy on the eggs, and it was like there were so many of them still alive that were just underdeveloped. Like, it was bizarre, and a lot of ruins. Like, the ruins really got it hit hard. Like, I don't understand it. And to be all so much developed, like, there was only a grand total. There was only 55 eggs that were unfertilized. That's it, 55 eggs. So not just like, we're talking 10.2% type number of unfertilized eggs. The rest were eggs that had something in them. They had an embryo. They had the baby duckling, and then 243. I think it was. I'm not sure. I can't remember. I'm half asleep here. That were underdeveloped. Like, they weren't underdeveloped as in like they were like day 25 type underdeveloped, and they just did nothing in the hatcher. They were screwed up before they went in the hatcher. There's something happened in the incubator. So I don't know. Maybe the incubator is just full of lead, and it was lead poisoning. Who knows? These China shit. Like, oh, I swore. Oh no. Anyways, I'm sorry for swearing, guys. But anyway, that's the morning update on the duck adventure. I gotta go do a nasty job. And this afternoon I'll show you what I'm doing to the hatcher here to hopefully increase the hatch rate. I know on the top shelf it was really hot, and something went wrong on the top shelf. The top shelf is catastrophic failure. Of the 87 eggs or 89 eggs that were on the top shelf, 4 hatched. That was it. It was they were the shelf that all the pips happened and stopped. So something tells me the top shelf is just way too hot, and the air movement's just not enough. So today we're putting bigger fans, more fans. We're going to do something here and reconfigure the heat. I'm going to come up with something today, and I got to do it before I load the next batch of eggs in. All right, so the final results on the goslings is I've got 2 Emden and 1 Chinese. That's what's hatched. Nothing else is happening here. The 4th one, the weakest one yesterday died, and I'm going to move them down to the barn now. So I'm not going to do a video taking them down to the barn because I've got to get this hatcher torn apart today and modified, and I got to wash it out because I've got to get it loaded up with eggs today again. So I'm going to give you a shot after I get back from the barn. I'll give you a shot. Actually, I'll give you a shot after I get it cleaned out and I get it reconfigured, and you know, we get this you know, the modifications done to this hatcher so that we can do the next wave, and hopefully I'm not loading in a whole bunch of you know, dead eggs, you know, or underdeveloped eggs. I'm hoping that we don't have a repeat here. So Duck Adventure's not very happy right now. I know I just told you up at the house I wasn't going to show you moving the goslings down here, but I got down here, and I was down here this morning at, I think it was about 5 o'clock, and there's been a growth spurt since 5 o'clock this morning, and it's only about 6 hours now. I can't believe the size of the ducklings. It's like they've grown about 3/4 of an inch to an inch here. I'll give you a shot. Doug's very interested in the goslings. Now I brought the goslings down. Now one is fluffy, and two of them are not really fluffy, but they're dried out, and you know, it's really warm here, so I'm not. They're not going to get a chill. But I just want to show you, like, there's you know, the Chinese goose right there, or gosling I should say. Oh, there's Dougie. Doug is like he's obsessed with them. But the goslings, the noise they make seems to have Doug's interest more than the ducklings. It's when they chirp, he really you know, has to look. But there's that's the Chinese. You know, that was the first one that came out yesterday morning on its own. They take a lot longer to get ready to get moved out of the hatcher. But you know, it's hard to believe. You know, that there's only, I'm trying to think, 2 days between them and the ducklings, so they're pretty close to the same size. But you know, there's Doug's walking around here, and they're you know, some of the ducklings let Doug smell, and some don't. But there's a little one here, the one that came out last, and it's totally crusted up. Now we brought some ducklings down that were crusted up like that, and you know, it took a couple days for them to get fluffy. So you know, something happened in this hatch. I don't know what it was. But Doug is really interested in the ducklings, though. But the geese, though, for some reason, he's I don't know. He's got a real special interest in the geese. I don't know if it's the noise. But the growth here on them here, I'm gonna get a low camera shot. Hey, Doug. Okay. They're so cute. Look at the size of them. Doug's laying here beside me. He's all excited. But we've got one duck with a crooked neck, and I'll show you. I think it's one of the ducks that I saved. There it is, right there. Doug's actually going to take a look here, right there. I think that's one of the ducklings I saved out of the incubator, or the hatch, I should say. She's got a permanently crooked neck. So we're going to have a deformed duck here. Now it's a big duck. It's the body-wise, it's big. It's not like a runt, but it's got a crooked neck. So we got another handicapped duck for the Duck Adventure. You know, it's like she's always looking up. But she's got some kind of crooked neck. She's, you know, she's growing. Like she's big, but it's just bizarre. Like. They're doing pretty good dealing with Doug, though. Where Doug's, he's all over the place here, and you know, they're not scattering too far from him. Like sometimes they're, you know, they're right under. He's like, he's, you know, he loses interest quick and then walks away. You know, it's bizarre. He's so good with them, and he, you know, he doesn't get excited. He put one foot in yesterday. Just a little bit into there, and that was all he's doing. Is already, he just did it. But I said the word no to him, and he pulled his foot out real fast. And he just did it there. He almost put his foot inside, and I guess he realized, oh, not supposed to do that, and he pulled it back out. So he seems to know that this is the Ducklings spot. Bizarre. I don't know. This dog is great. So that's the Ducklings here. We'll give you a shot on this. On here, Doug's pacing the room here. They're so cute. It's just a shame though, you know, like, you know, at 100, there's like 134 in here out of 503 eggs. That's the sad part. So much work and so much effort, and something go wrong. Like I don't know what went wrong. Like the CO2. I guess the ducks here are attacking the camera. It's the only thing that makes any sense is CO2 poisoning. The shaking you're seeing right now is I got a bunch of ducks pounding on the side of the camera. There's some cool looking crossbreeds though. It's going to be interesting to see how they turn out. Like, I'm really interested. Some of them are really neat looking. Like they got black and yellow feet. And some of them are real jumpers too. I got a couple right now that are trying to jump out at me. So it won't be long, we'll be putting straw in here and letting them have this side to run on because they're already trying to get out of the swimming pools. They're trying to eat the dead kitten on top of the mic right now, which is like the windsock. They're trying to reach up for that. They're picking the crap out of the camera though. Right now, if I had the pivot heads on, I can show you there's like 25 little ducklings pounding at the camera. Just look at them. Oh, they're so cute. Some of them are really big. Like, Doug's pacing the room here. He's so interested in them. I can't believe them. They're all over the camera here. But some of them are nice size. They're growing good. I know their food consumption is going way up and the water consumption is going way up. I was shocked how much water they went through this morning. And the more Doug's in here, the less and less they are scattering the prone. This pool scatters less than the other pool. The other pool scatters a little more when Doug goes near them. But I want to show you, like this one here was a crusty one that I saved. I don't know if we can get a shot here. We got other ducks getting in the way. Right, hang on, where is she? Oh, I can't even get there. Right there, that one there. That one was crusty. It's just starting now to get fluffy. So I'm telling you, if they don't hatch right on the 28th day, it's Mother Nature has the 28 days for a reason. Anything after 28 days. Now the camera might stop here because the ducks are pounding on the touchscreen behind the camera. It's like so the touchscreen, if it stops recording, it's because the duck turned it off. They're so cute. Alright, well I'm going to go and get on with this modification of the hatcher today. I've got to get it fixed up because I'm loading the eggs up this afternoon. So, Doug and I got some work to do. I washed out all the trays last night, so everything's washed out. I just got to wash out the actual inside of the hatcher. Oh, look at Dougie over here. He really likes the goslings though. Something about the noise. He's really interested in it. Well, we'll come back later on and see how the goslings are doing. One looks really good. The Chinese one looks the strongest. The other two I'm not sure on. But it's nice and warm in here. I've got the heat on. They're not going to be cold. And we'll come back later on and see how they do. Doug's watching. He's so... It's like... I can't believe this guy. He's so good. So gentle with them. Alright, I'm off. I'm going to go and do some modification on the hatcher. Well, what a job here. I got the hatcher completely cleaned out. I just sterilized the inside of it. I did a chlorine wash. I've got all the trays are outside. I've got them washed. We got a wicked rainstorm right now, so I'm washing in the rain. I've got everything soaking out there, chlorine wash. Doug's helping me immensely here. He's mostly getting in the way. Every time I bend over, he's right tight against me. He's soaking wet too. So I've done some changes. Now this is the fan that I had previously on the bottom, and you know, it was a small little desk fan. So what I've done is I had one of these big fans. They're bigger, obviously, and this is the same fan that I put inside the hatcher to save it from that when the fan died. Now, because it's a floor mount, I had to put some lifters on the bottom, they're old feet from a case or something. Anyways, it works perfect. Gets it off the ground, off the bottom, just enough that it doesn't cut any air down. I laid it down and it was not enough air. This has got to seriously crank up the air volume blowing up here. So, and I am changing the electrical, the lighting, which is my heat source, so that it's 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom, and with the fan running, the big fan running, this has got to make a difference. So I've done some other mods, which I'll show you as I get them installed. I've just washed everything, and I'm going to start sliding everything back into place here, and get this thing heated up again, and I'll be loading it with eggs tonight. Oh, I hope this time it works. But I had to sterilize it because we saw flies in some of the videos there, and you know, flies lay, you know, eggs, maggots. So I wanted to make sure that the inside of it was absolutely spotless. And I was actually surprised how much feces was sort of scattered and little spots here and there that the little ducklings had thrown out with their feet. I was actually, when I was wiping it down, I was like, okay, how did this get here? But hey, they're ducklings, so. All right, let me get the rest of it together. I'll show you what I've changed, and hopefully this works. Well, I think I've got it licked here. I don't think I need to put a fan at the top here. This bigger fan that I've got in. Standing here right now in front of the unit, I can feel the air rolling off the top and hitting my face. So there's some serious air current moving in here now. So there's just, I cannot see how we can get a hot spot now. Compared to the desk fan, this is probably twice the airflow. So I'm thinking I'm going to give it I'm pretty sure here, I'm going to let it run for about 5 or 6 hours and get the temperature up and see how it's going before I even think of loading eggs. But I think I've got it. I think everything, I don't need to put anything on the top. It's like, right now I can feel the air hitting my face coming off the top from here. So I think the bigger fan is the answer. It's definitely a lot more air movement. Now, I'm going to get the humidity tracer on, get it happening here, and let the unit warm up and get ready to load the eggs in tonight. Alright, I got it done, and it's cleaned up, it's ready to go. Well, it's not, the temperature isn't up yet, but I want to give you a shot inside of what I've done different this time, and hopefully, you know, second time's the charm. So what I've done now is I've put the 2 light bulb fixtures at the bottom, and I've put 2 100 watt bulbs in each fixture. Now I've also put a tin foil plate on the top there above the bulbs, just in case there's any radiant heat. I don't want to heat the bottom of the egg tray. Now the fan is going you know, with a lot more force, so the amount of air moving around in here, there should not be a hot spot. At the top, I've got just 2 single 100 watt light bulbs at the top for the heat, so we, you know, so it gets a little evener. I had 500 and I think it was 520 watts of lights at the top of the heat source. That's what I had the first time around, and not enough fan movement. So I don't know, maybe if I would have just had that fan and, you know, the 520 watts up there, I would have had enough movement. That I think the fan is the problem, because that little desk fan sucked crap for air movement compared to this. This is serious air movement. You know, it's got to make a big difference. I can see, like, standing in front of you right now, I can feel the air, you know, hitting my face.
So it's a lot more turbulence, a lot more movement. It's got to be a lot more. It's got to be a lot more even. So I'm gonna get the. I've got the bins outside right now, and I'm going to rinse them out because they're chlorine rinsing right now, or chlorine soap. I'm gonna give them a rinse, get the chlorine smell off them, and then I'm gonna put them in here so I can warm everything up. And once it gets to it's gonna take a little longer because I gotta warm the trays, everything up. I want to get everything warm, and then we'll start loading eggs into it. This is it, second time's a charm, or whatever. I forget that saying is, but I just hope second time's better. First time sucked. Well, the hatcher's done. It's ready. Well, it's not ready, but it's cleaned up. I've got the trays in. Everything's washed. It's sterilized. And if I don't load it up tonight, I'll load her up tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. It was the only ducks that were due to go in today were the Muscovies. So they say day 31. So the morning of the 32nd can't be the end of the world for them. So that's what's going to happen. We'll load her up tomorrow morning, and unless it stabilizes tonight, which I doubt it though, because basically it's been cold all day because I've been working on it. So we'll get the heat back to it, and load it up tomorrow, and hopefully this weekend we have a better outcome than we did last weekend. I'm sure hoping. I think the fan, I'm really feeling that the fan this time we got some serious air movement, a lot more serious than that little desktop fan. I think that was my big mistake, so we'll see. Wish me luck.